All right. Happy Wednesday. We are live.
Hello. It's hump day.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed your presentation on Monday because I was in meetings, but I heard it was really good.
Oh, thank you. You didn't hear, but we got interrupted, and it was very entertaining.
Oh,
Yeah, my husband decided he needed to talk to me right in the middle of the
are you
presentation,
kidding?
and he walked into the room, and he was in his underwear.
Are you kidding me? I missed that. Oh my God.
Thankfully, most people were looking at the presentation, so we got lucky.
Yep. Her slides were up, so it was a very small corner shot.
He must not have realized that you were live.
No, he did. He thought, I have another camera in this room, and he was looking at that camera and thought that that's what my people were watching. And so he was running in to tell me, that people couldn't see me.
No, but they can see you.
I'm like, that's right. Why are you? I was just like, what? Why are you in your underwear? It wasn't. He had a t-shirt on, so it just looked like
what? I love Bart. I think he's the best.
He's lovable.
Always, he's the greatest.
Always a good source of entertainment. Yeah, but it was fun. We had a good time. I think people, learned a lot. I hope they did.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get us started. Okay. So we can be timely here.
Yeah.
All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody, and welcome to the Dog Gurus Live. And thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. So I'm Shantae Marquez, joined with the fabulous Carrie Campbell and the amazing Courtney Emkin. We are all Profit Network coaches at the Dog Gurus, and the Dog Gurus provides pet care business education and coaching. We love to give expert advice with proven strategies and comprehensive resources to help pet care business thrive. So we love to help daycare, boarding facilities, grooming salons, training centers, or all of the above if you're under one roof with all those services. But really, our goal is to support you. We want you to deliver the highest care quality and maximize your business potential. And we also offer staff training programs so your staff can maintain that consistent care quality that you want for your clients that you serve. So I also want to promo actually and talk about our live event coming up. So we are doing another live event, Dog Gurus live event in 2025. It will be in Fort Worth, and we're going to have it February 26th through the 28th. And we chose this month because we know it's slow in our industry, and we're hoping that will make you available to come and join us because we'd love to meet you. We love meeting our clients and people who use our products and just hearing about the success stories, or, hey, being a lending shoulder to listen to you and help you, maybe discover some solutions for whatever challenges you're going through. Anybody else have anything to say about the workshop?
Gonna have fabulous speakers there, so book your tickets now.
Great speakers, great vendors, and you'll learn a lot. I can guarantee it.
Courtney, what are you speaking of?
Fun to hang out with. So,
aren't you speaking, Courtney? What are you speaking about?
I am speaking, but I'm not sure what about yet. I have a couple of topics that are on the table, so we'll see. You'll have to stay tuned for that.
Okay, great. Yeah, but we do have a fabulous keynote speaker. That's Amy Hillis. She's also chair of PAC. And there's lots of other great stuff to come along. Oh, the best part about it is we're going to go line dancing lessons. We're going to go do an excursion and do line dancing lessons. So
all right. I'll be sure to bring my boots.
I was like, Courtney's got 1,000 pairs of cowboy boots, so you will be style, I am sure.
Yeah, I'm 7.5, 8 if you need to borrow any.
That's what I was just going to ask you. That's still going to be a little big, but maybe I could still borrow some. So I wear like a 7. So
I think you've been here long enough, Shantae, that you've earned the right to buy your own pair of boots, but you can borrow mine.
I know. I should. I need to go shopping. I just never have the time. All right. So let's move on. We'll talk about today's topic. And today's topic is we're going to talk about how AI can help you with your marketing, from newsletters to social media to blogging and vlogging. But I know it's hard to maintain consistently marketing your materials and marketing all your cool videos that you guys take and pictures that you take, because look, there's a million things on your plate. You're already wearing so many hats, I'm sure, and it's just hard to maintain, but it really is important, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think it's one of those things that even though it's the least expensive way that we can possibly get the word out there about our business, because it doesn't cost, there are ways to do it that don't cost a lot of money. We just stick it on the back burner for when I have time, and then we just never have time. And so we might be out running errands or out doing something fun with our family, or or doing something work related, and think, oh shoot, I haven't posted in a few days. I guess I'll just throw something up there. And so you really aren't going to get the results that you want if you're doing it haphazardly and really randomly. You have to have a plan, and you have to have a system in place if you really want to see your phone start to ring and you want to see new clients start coming in the door. That doesn't just magically happen.
Yeah, marketing, one thing about marketing is that you really have to be consistently saying hello and talking to your customers in order for it to work. It's kind of like you're ramping up a knowledge. And honestly, like the average amount of times that the customer needs to see your message is like 7 times before they actually make a buying decision. Mm-hmm. So you have to constantly be reminding them that you're there. And it's not annoying. It's just, you're doing what you need to do in order to keep that customer acquisition alive.
Yeah, absolutely. There's just so much. I mean, there's so much to do, but it's really manageable if you break it down into small, chunks and just kind of plan it out. You can make a big difference without as much effort as you think, and you can delegate a lot of it. You don't have to do everything yourself. Sometimes.
Yeah, I did weekly newsletters. Okay, because and basically, we would set it up the month before. We would have the outline of all the newsletter content, and it would be somewhat replicated. We weren't like starting from scratch every week. We had our themes, and we had our specials of the month, and then we knew what activities we were going to promo. The thing that we kind of did week by week is doing videos and pictures of the dogs, because that we wanted to keep fresh and really relevant. But everything else was already pre-planned the month before. So and then we used scheduling, programs, and then that way it was already done. Yeah. But I mean, that's really, you kind of got to plan and have a system set up.
Yeah, absolutely. And at some point, after I've been doing it myself for many years, my office manager came to me and she said, I want to take over the newsletter. And I was like, I don't know about that. That's kind of my thing, And I was like, pretty hesitant. And finally we came up with a plan, and I said, okay, after you're done, just, I'll let you run with it, but just show it to me before you publish. And she goes, that's where we're going to have a problem. She goes, you're the obstacle.
You're the roadblock.
I guess I have to get out of the way. I just need to let you do it, and then I'll give you feedback after it's done. And she's like, great. And so we did it. And I had a few tweaks here and there, but they did such a good job that I just got to let it go, and I didn't have to do it at all anymore. It was great.
Yeah.
But don't be afraid to delegate.
Sometimes we limit our own success, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Get out of our own way.
Yeah, absolutely. But really that kind of, like you were saying, the weekly newsletter, for us, it was monthly, but any kind of consistent communication is letting your customers know, hey, I'm still out here. I'm still thinking of you. Here's some great value for you. Here's some educational content that's going to make your life better, your pet's life better. All that does is build trust and loyalty. As long as you're not contacting them so many times that they feel harassed, you want to make sure it's consistent, but not constant.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know that you use it for social media. So can you talk a little bit about that?
About using AI for social media? So yeah, I really love things like ChatGPT and Google Gemini, and they all have different strengths, and I've had success with both. But the really important part is that your prompt is as thorough as possible. So, and it's a learning computer. So once you create an account and you start explaining to it that you are a pet care facility owner, and these are your clients, and this is their goals, and these are the kinds of dogs that you see, and you know, what your clients have in common. You think about your best clients, and you give them like just a short description of that. And then, you know, pretend you are my social media manager. I need a 30-day, you know, content plan that spans Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I mean, name your platforms, figure out where you want to post, and just say, and I need examples of posts. I need calls to action. You know, the more thorough your ask is, the more you're going to get. And then that once it shoots out this, you know, magical plan, you can say, oh, I forgot to ask for this, or now give me this also, and or come at it from this direction. Like I did one social kind of a calendar request, and I asked it for posts related to a vacation rental that I have. So this would go for the pet care industry too. And I said, give me, you know, 30 posts related to this and that. And I gave it all the details, and it gave me 30, but it was just kind of, they were just kind of generic. And I said, now write it in the style of Ryan Reynolds. And so then it started like talking like Ryan Reynolds, but it was also referring to all of his movies. And I go, okay, now stick to the Ryan Reynolds, but don't talk about any of your movies. And so it like rewrote the whole thing. And then I was like, now do it like Matthew McConaughey, but also don't mention your movies, you know, just like, and it's just like, it's like 5 seconds. It's just like, you got this whole plan. So you can keep tweaking it and tweaking it. And then from then on, it already knows that you own a pet care facility and these are your goals. So you don't have to start from scratch every time explaining who you are or what you need. You can just build on that, and it saves different subjects. So you can, you know, have themes. You can ask it to write you a content calendar or to help you with blog ideas. I mean, it's unlimited what you can ask AI to help you with.
Yeah, it's you have to kind of coach AI with the prompting. So as you use it more, it'll understand you and your style and your tone, but you'll also learn to use it better. Because, and the other thing about using AI that I love is just simply ask it, hey, what other information do you need from me? And it'll tell you a whole list. I mean, it really is your best assistant.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I was just going to say that one of the things, and I don't know if you've done this before, because this was something new that I was just goofing around with, but I was, you know, doing the whole spiel about who I am and blah, blah, blah. And then I put my website in there. And so in the prompt, I wanted them to create an enrichment activity schedule, but it was based on what content they got from the activities that we did on our website.
Oh, wow.
So that was just really cool because it pulled directly, and then it can go and look at competition in your area. So now I want you to look at 5 competing pet care facilities in, you know, the Anchorage area or whatever. And it was so cool because it actually took so much information directly off of the website that I didn't have to go as in depth in the description of who I was as far as kind of coaching it. So that was that I figured out.
That's really neat. And was that a specific AI tool that you were using, or was it just
on ChatGPT? Okay. Yeah, and I just put in the. I did find. I think it was I put in like dogtired.com and not the whole HTTP.
Right.
You know, the whole that URL. I just put in the dogtired.com. So I think that was the one thing I learned, that you had to just kind of adjust that a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think it can go and like it can't click on a link. I don't know. Maybe it can now. It's changing so fast.
Right. Well, we're teaching it, you know.
It drives my car, so.
Well, that's right. Well, I think a lot of it I think a lot of people don't realize how much it can help. And some of us really just get stuck on trying to figure out what we're going to talk about. So, you know, AI can definitely help you, but there's also tools like there's a website called Fear Free Happy Homes. And it is a positive reinforcement, like humane. There's veterinarians involved, but it's all about behavior. And you can look at that they have a whole content library of articles that you can look at and think, oh, I could talk about this, or I could talk about that. Anything related to people's pets and how you can help them live a better life. People want to know about. So whether it's, you know, recipes or behavior articles or just there's so much safety. There's just unlimited amounts of things you could talk about.
Yeah. So talk to
great.
me about what companies or what dog trainers or what facilities that you see out there have the most success, and why do you think they're so successful with like their little TikTok videos and things like that?
Well, I think I'll just bring up one that's on the top of my head. Bark Avenue Omaha is doing a great job with their TikTok page right now. And I think it's because she has delegated it to her supervisors. And so she had one supervisor that she brought up, and she offered to give her basically a weekly stipend or a bonus that she just added to her paycheck. So it wasn't an hourly thing. It was just like, I'm going to give you this amount every paycheck, and this is what I expect, this number of posts, this number of, and that person just took it over and started doing it. And because she let it go to someone who was younger and more savvy and more used to social posting, that she started getting lots of views on her posts. And I'll use for instance, she did a back to school photo shoot, and I think they charged clients for that. That was extra. But they not only posted the video of the finished photos, they also posted 2 more videos just of all the bloopers, of all the things that didn't go well. And that got as many views as the finished ones. And so
bloopers.
Yeah, they tripled the number of people who looked at all of their videos just by showing, here's what we want you to see, and here's all the stuff we didn't want you to see. So, I mean, that's just brilliant. So I just love that. Yeah. So I think a lot of us spend so much time trying to be perfect, or we don't post something because it's not perfect, or we don't have time to put makeup on, or our staff is a little uncomfortable, or, whatever. And really, they just want to see pictures and videos of dogs. They don't care how perfect it is. There you go. So they don't care how perfect it is. They just want to see you.
Yeah. Cute.
So yeah, no shortage of fun happening there. But yeah, that's a favorite.
That's great. So Courtney, you have a preferred AI platform?
I really love Google Gemini, but I have also used ChatGPT. I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you the differences between them. I feel like Google Gemini might be a little more colorful, creative. I don't know. But
I think their personality is a little bit more lighthearted and fun and playful, where ChatGPT's, it's a little bit more goes a straight line, and it's more professional. But you can also tell it to change its tone too.
Yeah.
But Google Bard, or Gemini, I like that it gives you 3 different versions all the time, a little bit different tone or way to say things. I think that's cool.
Yeah. And I noticed that I have a Google Assistant in my house, and sometimes I'll ask it a question and it just keeps saying, I don't understand. And then I just go to Google Gemini and it's like, oh, here's all the answers to all of your questions. I'm like, okay, one of us is smarter than the other. I get it.
I need to update that.
Yeah. But the more I use it, the more I want to use it. And now you can get it on your phone, and even iPhones are about to come out with the new Apple AI. And so when that gets announced, which I think is going to be in the next couple weeks.
No, it's already out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's out on the 16. Yeah, the new iPhone 16.
Not. It didn't come with the iPhone 16. It was supposed to, but it's like an AI app that is supposed to be released. I don't think it's out yet.
I just looked because I need a new phone.
I can't remember what it's called, but I do have the iPhone 16.
It did say it was. Oh, you did get the new one?
Yeah, I have the new one. So it's coming, but it's coming like very soon.
Okay, so it'll come with like an update.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'm gonna wait. Okay. I'm not gonna buy it right now.
Well, once you have the phone, it'll come with whatever update you have. Yeah. When it's out, everybody will get it, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's supposed to be really good. And Apple's known for, catering to people that have creativity, in their career. So but yeah, I think we should be looking to those apps, like different AI apps, to help us with all kinds of things.
There is one
that what it can help you do.
There is one that I've used called Copy AI, and it's specifically having for marketing and creating content. And it'll even go you can have it help you create social media or ideas, and it'll even tell you what type of photos you should look for and things like that. But you can also set your brand voice in there,
Mhm.
and it will follow that. So that is one specific for marketing. But I was trying to think if there's what do you use for scheduling social media so people don't have to like do it daily? Did you use anything like that?
Yeah, I've used a couple of tools. I know you can use Hootsuite. There's another one called Later, and even Facebook, their business
Meta.
page is called Meta. So Meta will allow you to schedule Facebook
Yeah.
and Instagram posts in advance.
Because I
and
think
that's pretty nice too.
if people start using those and they can create a month's worth of posts and then schedule it all and be done with it, and they can do the other tasks, that might help them be more successful.
Yeah, it really is good to be able to schedule a bunch at once. Most people don't do that, but that's when you're going to have the most success, because you actually have a plan and you know what you want to talk about, and you know you need to tweak each post. Like, can you post the exact same thing on all your platforms? Yes. Nowadays, more and more people are doing that, but you can also tweak each one a little bit. So you might have somebody who follows you in all 3 places, and they might get, a little bit different content in each area. So it just depends on how well you are, how good you are at planning in advance. So it's good to have that kind of content planned out. And if it's scheduled in advance, then you can go take a day off like you need. I mean, most of us need a day off. So, especially if we're running our businesses, like there's just so much going on between customers and pets and staff and, people calling out, or customers, have questions about this or that. When you're at work, there's very little time to get it all done. So the more you can plan, or have one day a week where you're just not on site and not at home, so that the laundry isn't calling your name, you go someplace like a Starbucks, which I know Carrie would approve of, and get your coffee, and they don't care how long you sit there, and just like plan it all out. Do it once a week until you get a month's worth of posts in there.
I think it's really important for people to step away from their business a couple days a week to catch up on their owner's duties and to let your team grow.
Absolutely. And also, every time that you are posting on social, sending out a newsletter, doing a blog post, posting a video, each time you're doing that, you're increasing the SEO to your website. You're increasing the chances that somebody is going to call you or walk in your door and ask for a tour. I mean, that's what's going to get people to start using your business, is getting to know you online. And like, if you take TikTok, for example, there's a lot of people posting about their pets on TikTok. There are very few businesses who are marketing on TikTok. So it is like the Wild West out there. There is so much opportunity. And probably, very likely, your competitors are not there yet.
That's a good point.
So, yeah, be the first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I have to laugh. So one thing I searched on ChatGPT was how to get business owners to understand the importance of working on your business rather than in the business. And one of the things it came up with said, create CEO days. So during your CEO day, you can focus on reviewing goals, planning marketing strategies, and working on staff retention and growth initiatives. And I'm like, that's it. Everybody needs to plan a CEO day.
I love it. I'm not a CEO anymore, but I want to plan a CEO day.
I want a day without interruptions, and I can just focus on stuff I want to get done.
I know. I love that idea. And it is really the conglomerate of everyone's intelligence all in one computer. So it must know.
Yeah.
It does occasionally give false information. So you do have to fact check if you're doing a presentation or something and you're not sure, because it'll give you references and links that actually aren't good sometimes.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
the
very,
reason,
very rare. I haven't had it happen, but I know someone who has.
well, I'll explain the reason why that happens, just so people understand. Is because the AI is just taking information that's already out on the internet, and they're just finding content that's related to what you're asking about, and it's spitting back what it's found on the internet. So it's not, it can't tell whether it's true or not, or good or bad. It's just finding content that's related to what you're asking.
Right.
So that is, just beware of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
AI doesn't fact check.
No.
Not right. That's our responsibility.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was talking to it. Oh, I was messing with it earlier today because it's done a lot of things for clients, just giving me examples of social media posts and things like that. And I started a brand new post, and I said, I'm trying to teach it something new. I'm like, okay, instead of a pet care facility, I own a small vacation rental home in this city and state. And now give me social media posts. This is what client I'm looking for. And I did say some of them have pets or some of them have dogs or something. And it thought that I was still a pet care facility owner. So it was marketing. It was giving me marketing for dogs to have this vacation away from home. And I was like, okay, but this is for humans. And it was like, oh, my bad.
Yeah.
And it just like rewrote it for people.
So
So funny. So yeah, it's very open to your input and it doesn't get its feelings hurt.
Nope, never complains. It's always on time with its responses. It's always doing things when you ask it to do things. So
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't, sigh and hum and
literate.
I know. I'm sure we'll be talking more about social media at our live event too. We may even have special guests. So there's all kinds of great resources out there. So if you're afraid of TikTok, just don't be. Just get on it, start watching videos, and then think, how could I do this for my business? And most of you are on Instagram or Facebook. So just start posting and just when you have some time, sit down and just write out, like, these are the topics I'm passionate about. This is what I want to write about. This is what I want a video of. And then just start. You don't have to have it all perfect. Just like start doing it, knowing that it's not going to be perfect. And then the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. And it'll take some time of being consistent before you start to see results. But if you're consistent, you will see results.
yeah. What do we always say? It's strive for progress, not perfection.
Progress, not perfection. Yeah.
Well, and so one of the presentations that I'm working on for the live event is based on enrichment and how to kind of develop your enrichment program in your facility to set yourself apart in your area, in your community, so that you're taking a step ahead of your competition. And one of the things that I was looking at ChatGPT on, but just talking about that consistency. So start something small. Start, whether it's like a short TikTok video or it's Facebook Live. Maybe it's something that you're doing with your staff, showing a new activity you've just started out. But if you can get that audience interested and then you're providing tips on it, then more and more people are going to be, oh yeah, there's that enrichment place in town. I should take my dog there, or I should ask them for a question.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
And so many more dogs are doing enriching things now. There's dog trainers out there talking about it. I think it's becoming a more common understood word, although Amy Hillis I've heard her say, some people still that's just like a generic word, like natural. And so it doesn't always mean what you think it means. And so you really want to explain to people when you use the word enrichment, what it means.
Right.
And so that's where social media can really do you a lot of favors. You can use it to educate not only your clients, but the public and all your prospects. And I was saying earlier that, like my daughter's generation, which is, she's in her 20s, my kids are in their 20s, mid to late 20s. They have pets and they don't have a lot of disposable income, but they will. And so why not reach them before, so that when they do have their big girl and big boy jobs, they can afford lodging and daycare and all the things. And they know where to go because they've been following you for, 6 months or a year. Yeah. So we need to be marketing to the next generation of pet owners, not just the current generation. The current generation is on Facebook and Instagram. The next generation is on Instagram and TikTok.
And Snapchat.
Yeah. And Snapchat. Yes.
So,
but that's more casual. Snapchat's more casual.
But there is a lot of industry statistics out there that talk about millennials being that generation that have really pivoted from wanting to kind of get married and have children right away to either being single and continuing to have pets or being in a relationship and having pets without human children. So they are a top consumer as far as, looking at, whether it's daycare, lodging, training, grooming, or just looking at products in general. So there's a lot of statistics that really do talk about their desires as a consumer and what they're looking for, and more like holistic approaches, as well as, you know, cost savings, but still a premium brand.
Right.
So, so yeah, I mean, that's definitely the kind of the target that you want to go after. And I don't know, 20 somethings, what are your kids millennials, or they?
My kids are Gen X. I'm sorry, Gen Z.
Okay. Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
going to
millennials are like 30-ish and.
Yeah, because I think both of my kids are millennials. They're 33 and 35. So
in our
And
world,
the new generation is Generation Alpha. Those are the like middle schoolers right now.
gosh.
What were you gonna say, Shantae?
I was going to say that in our world, being single pet owners, cat ladies or dog men or dog people, is a good thing.
It is.
Yeah, we like that in the pet world. So,
Yeah, I mean, my best clients were single, most of them. I mean, or they were in a relationship, but not necessarily married. So,
yeah.
and we had lots of clients with kids, but they weren't our best customers.
Yeah. It was always fun to see the progression. We had people who were dating, and then they got a puppy, and they came, and then maybe they got a second dog, or then they had the first baby and second baby, and then maybe
they don't have as much.
That's surprising. I'm thinking of what family in particular, you know. Then the first dog passed away, so there was a little gap, and then they got a new dog, and then that dog needed a dog, and so then there was 2 dogs and 2 kids, and so it was kind of fun to watch the progression of some of that.
Yeah, it's a real gift to be able to see generations of dogs through the same family. I love it.
Yeah,
I just love it.
Well, and that was another thing too, is that we had a family that started out mom, dad, and 2 children, and then they split. And so those parents remarried, but they all remained clients. And it was like they were one big happy family with stepdad, stepmom, half brothers, half sisters. And then they all had dogs coming to us. It was such a cool thing. So it was, And
this is where all that marketing comes in handy, because you're building all that brand loyalty, and they're like, now I want my daughter to come. Now I want my sister to come. Yeah,
they want to be trusted, where they know they have friends or family that have used your services.
That's right.
Yeah,
you always want to introduce somebody to your favorite business, because you're like, oh, this is some place I found that I really love. I want to tell everybody about it. So that's what you want.
All right. Well, I'll wrap this up because we're about time here. So thanks again for joining us. I would like to invite you to join our Facebook group, Grow Your Pet Care Business, and I'll go ahead and put the link in the chat. We just have, somebody's telling me where I can buy some boots. Good.
Go to Tacova. They're Austin based.
Oldgringoboots.com. Sweet. I'm going to take a look at that. Thank you.
That's funny.
But if you join our Facebook group, we just have 2 rules, and that's be nice, because we're all about positivity at the Dog Gurus, and no selling. We want it to be a place for owners to share and get advice from. All right. I'm going to check that out, Savine. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next week. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.